welcome back to the table.
What's up?
Yay. I'm Kaleb and this is Taylor.
What's going on, guys?
And we're here having a good time.
Yes, we are.
That's how we roll. Every day. We actually just finished working up over at my house, which is being constructed, and we're working on it as well. And so got our workout, or not our workout gear, our work gear, attire, and looking just fine. You know,
we're just fine.
So nice.
We're just fine.
Welcome to the table. If you've never heard us, seen us, watched us, joined us,
you're in for a treat.
You're in for something, and we have a good time. We just like to talk about anything from Jesus to Jesus.
That's right.
And we typically have a podcast that starts with an appetizer, and then it moves to an entree, and then a dessert. The appetizer is something kind of light. The entree is something, a little bit more substantial, and then the dessert is something to, maybe leave with that's sweet and or something to consider, ponder, etc.
It's always nice to have that little dessert at the end. We had lunch over at Miriam's today. Yeah, we had this nice little Asian thing, and then
the pot stickers she made. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it was
so good.
Shout out to you. And then at the end, I finished off on a couple of was it Girl Scout cookies?
Samoa, Girl Scout cookie, dude. Those are some of the best. Is that your favorite girl? What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
I think it's Tag Along.
Oh yeah, the peanut butter, right?
Tag Along's
peanut butter.
I forget. Shocked.
I love the Samoas.
Okay.
I think
they're good.
Those are delicious. I also love Thin Mints, and with my Thin Mints, they got to go in the freezer.
Yes, always.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So today's podcast is actually going to be just a little bit different. Normally we have appetizer, entree, dessert, but sometimes I was thinking about this, and I've for the past 2 or 3 nights, sometimes I like to have an appetizer as my meal.
Okay.
So multi apps, right? Like a tapas restaurant, a charcuterie. Yes, I said tapas restaurant. I want to make sure that I totally enunciate here. Yes. And so where we have dips and different kinds of, appetizer type things, delicious boneless wings, some fun. Yeah. I've been craving stuff. I don't know if it's because of all the March Madness. Yeah, I think it's some March Madness stuff. I keep seeing all these commercials for it, and I'm thinking, man. So I got to go over to Rob's house the other day, and he smoked some wings, and I'm awesome. Oh, they were so good, man. They were delicious. And that really hit the spot. But so today what I thought we could do was play a game of 20 questions. Oh boy. And I have 20 questions here that are totally random questions. They have all different kinds of stuff to them, but I will ask the question, you can answer, and I will answer as well for myself as well. But I thought it would be a fun episode for the listeners to be able to hear. It's fun for us to get to just chat and something that's lighthearted and simple for us. So
love it.
Enjoy today. Yes. So, I have my list out. I need some readers here.
Oh, geez.
So first question.
Yeah.
If your wardrobe could be only one color, what would it be?
Black.
Yep.
Easily. No question.
Same.
We went on a little trip to Nashville, and I actually did it. I wanted to see how many days could I just wear a black hoodie. And I made it. I think it was 5 days. I think I did it. So black, no question.
I'm with you on that one. I love wearing black. It's slimming. It's sleek. It goes with a lot of different scenarios. You can wear it casually. You can wear it basically with anything. Yeah. And it works well. It's not like blue jeans. You could wear black jeans and that can look dressy. Sure. But it could also look just chill, So I'm the same. And my brother actually, he used to always wear black, and one of his favorite quotes was from a Fall Out Boy song, which is, "I'll stop wearing black when they make a darker color."
Nice.
But
that's awesome.
That's pretty true.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of black in my wardrobe, I'm the same. I like that.
I do like my shoes to be white.
Yeah.
Not a huge
I prefer
fan.
the white shoes. As well.
But,
I will wear black shoes too. Just depends on the scenario. And I also like to take black pants and pair them with a nice shirt, like a vibrant shirt as well. I feel like it pops really nicely. Yeah. I don't know. I like that. And I love monochromatic looks. So the black and white and gray, that's how I'm doing my house. The monochromatic. I love that. That just, it just hits right. Okay. So second question. Do you prefer to go to the movies or to watch movies at home?
It's kind of a trick question.
How so?
Okay. So I'm not really a movie person to begin with because it's a long format
If you've listened to the podcast before, you would probably not be surprised by that answer.
Just being honest.
Considering Taylor doesn't watch hardly anything.
I don't. Yeah, I really don't. But if it's a movie I really want to go see, I do like to go to the theaters. We went to go see Jesus Revolution not too long ago. We saw. What did
you think of that?
Of that movie?
Of Jesus Revolution, yeah.
It got really hyped up for me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I am to begin with.
Mostly, yes.
I'm pretty just,
yep.
Whatever this word is, that's me. So
lame.
Okay.
Oh, got him.
Yes, that's perfect. I did cry at the end. Caitlin, she's crying throughout the whole movie, and that's
so
great.
That movie made you cry.
Because
that's significant for Taylor.
It is. So the thing that got me was, and if you haven't seen it, it's been so long anyways. So
that's better. Sorry. But I feel like I'm sitting really low.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's better.
Now we're at
okay. Here we go.
The Time magazine quote is what got me. And it's because of what the Lord's just emphasizing in this season. Yeah. And that's what got me was we're living in this now. And it was just it just took me back to be, Jesus, thank you for involving me in this and what you are doing in this season. Yeah. I feel privileged to be, I'm thankful for the Jesus movement that happened then. I'm thankful that I get to be some sort of part in this now. So that just what hit me.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I enjoyed the movie a lot. But I also give away tears like it's candy on Halloween. So that's not a big, that's not a big deal. But no, I enjoy, I got emotional at some parts too. And most of it was whenever the pastor was having like these moments of, just his heart being totally rendered toward the Lord. Like it was this change and him making these choices of like, okay, we're going to go against what we've done in the past. Yeah. And, I feel the Lord leading in this way. And I loved that. I thought that was really, really cool to see. And
I think another part of it too was for me, it being just kind of like flat after a little bit. My favorite moment probably happened maybe halfway through it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and just spoil it because it's been out for that long. The pastor washing feet.
If you've not seen the movie, close your ears.
Yeah. I mean, it's not this huge, pivotal point, but the pastor washing feet, that was my favorite part.
Yeah.
So everything after that was like,
So back to our question.
Yeah. Movies. Yeah. If I really want to go see the movie, it's a nice experience to go to the movie theaters for sure.
Same for me. I used to, I do love to go to the theaters. And actually that's something that even more recently has been like something that I want to go do. Used to, I'd be like, man, I don't want to spend money to go, and do that. But I don't know. There's something that has switched in me that just being kind of away and being intentional about going to that and seeing that. And oftentimes I don't go by myself. I typically go with friends.
Right.
But I'll try to go catch, 3, 4, 5 movies a year if I can, which, for some they're like, that's not that much. But for others, it's like, that's a lot.
Sure.
But I love to watch movies, and that's like my nothing box where I can kind of go and get away and enjoy it. And I love movies like the Marvel movies that are connected. Okay. So you've got like a series of movies. So I like that too. And I enjoy that with spending time with my kids.
Yeah.
That's one of the ways that we get to spend time together. And we all really love that. We actually did a family movie night last night. Nice. But I say family, it was me and the 2 older kids. Marley spent some time with Cece and put her to bed. And then me and the other 2, we watched the latest Spy Kids movie, and they absolutely loved it. It was really sweet. And to get Daniel, who's 4, to sit through a movie that is like real life, not animated, the whole film is good, and he did. And
that's awesome.
It. Yeah, so that was fun. Dude. So next question number 3: do you enjoy being alone, and how do you spend your alone time?
So yes, I enjoy it, but I can't have it for too long. I think it's really important for me. I recharge, I think, alone. I think there's certain parts of me that recharge when I'm by myself, when I just want quiet. Yeah. How do I spend it? It's either in the kitchen or it's on TikTok on the couch in the dark, no lights on.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Nice.
That's me.
So I have always been one that I love being around people. But over the past probably year, I have noticed a shift in me where I really, really appreciate time by myself.
Yep.
And beforehand, I'd be like, man, I don't like this. Like, I got to go do something. I'm bored, or I need to have something to do. Right.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I am learning really well how to sit with nothing.
Yep.
And be okay with it.
Yep.
And I'm enjoying it.
It's nice to have that solitude.
It really is. And, even away from my phone and stuff, like just keeping that away and just spending time by myself. I enjoy that. It's like my body's like, hey,
it's freeing.
Thank you.
We're constantly stimulated with something, whether that's a human or our phone. So when that can be turned off and you can just sit in a hammock outside or sit in a chair.
There's been a few times where, because we're staying at my parents' house right now, where I will go and sit out by the pool under the canopy area over there. Not canopy, but they got like a covered area. I'll sit over there and just sit and just look at the pool. Yeah. And it's like, and I used to make fun of my dad for that kind of stuff where he'd just be out there sitting, but now I so appreciate that. Yeah. It's like and I have 3 small children and they're amazing, but when I'm around them at home, it's constant. and then I'm here and it's constant. Like I just have stuff going on all the time. So it's like just that nice moment of solitude is really nice. And I'm looking forward to our new home. We will have a covered deck.
I'm so excited for you guys.
Like a porch swing. So I'll be able to sit down on the back and just chill. And I really like that. So So, okay. Number 4, what is your favorite part of your daily routine?
Ooh. My favorite part of my daily routine.
Yeah.
I like, we have a Breville Barista Express Pro something. Yeah. It's an espresso machine. I kind of like that. It's just, it's a coffee machine, but it's a kind of a whole process. And every time you get new beans, you have to refine it and make sure it's the right pressure and all that. So that kind of little tweaking and all those kind of things, I enjoy that. And I just make a hot Americano in the mornings, and it makes me feel bougie and all that. So, I love that.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Yeah. So, I would say probably that.
Yes.
Yes.
That sounds amazing.
It is.
So I think my favorite part of my daily routine, it depends. If it's, I really enjoy Sunday mornings now because I wake up at between 5 and 5:30 and nobody is awake. And
in the world,
and it's dark and it's dark everywhere. Like in the house, it's dark. Like, and I'm just by myself in that and getting ready and then driving to church at like 6:15 to get here to play basketball in the mornings.
Yeah. I
really am loving that, like that time.
That's good.
And so that's been really good. And I don't get a lot of that time. Like if I could identify my favorite part of a morning or of a daily routine, it would be the time where I get to be in the car by myself and I'm driving. Cause a lot of times I'll either crank music and I'll just jam or it'll be like silent. It'll be one or the other, or sometimes it'll be podcasts. Cause I like to do that too. I like to listen to podcasts a lot. But yeah, that's probably but I don't get that as much anymore because I bring Daniel to school. I would drop them off and then I would get the drive from the sitters to work. But because Daniel is at school here, I bring him here. So I don't have that time like by myself anymore as much.
Yeah.
Next year I will because he'll be at school at Silver Creek.
Awesome.
So so that would be what I would identify as probably my favorite part of my routine. It's just that moment.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's nice. And it helps me to kind of like prepare for the day. I like being here. And so it's really hard for me to pick a part of my daily routine. Like I enjoy getting to hang. I could say I like to be here and hang out with people.
Well, that's
I
that's
love
a given.
That to me, that's a given.
But like a daily routine,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are yes or no questions. There's a couple of these.
All right.
Have you ever kept a journal?
Yes.
Do you currently keep a journal?
No.
Mine's yes. And sometimes.
Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it a regular journal entry.
When do you journal? When do you feel?
When I journal and I'll say, okay, so I also, if we can get technical about this, I have both a journal that I can write in and then I use my phone as a journal. If that makes sense. Okay. Same. So when do I journal? I journal when the Lord speaks something profound to me, I'll write that down. I'll also journal when something like significant is happening and I need to remember. I'll make sure that I'm jotting that down. Now, some people might consider that's not really journaling. Well, okay, then I don't journal. That's fine. Like, I don't like sit down and like dear diary. Like it's not like that. I don't do that. But if I'm thinking about something or contemplating something, or I have an idea, a lot of times actually, if you look at my phone, I have ideas for the future. That's what it ends up being. And so I'll sit down and I'll hash that out and write things down. Or if I catch something that I'm listening to a podcast or a teaching or whatnot, I'm like, oh yeah. So I'll journal like that. So if anytime a guest speaker comes in, I'm taking notes and journaling that way.
Yeah.
But that's the majority of what I would consider like my quote unquote journaling would be.
Yeah. I'm similar. And then also before the transition of me moving here, one of my mentors suggested you really should start journaling right now, because you need to remember, because once you move away and those sorts of things, you'll get rose-colored glasses on some things. You'll begin to remember things different, and that's okay. But then there's also times where you need to remember, God called you to this place.
Yeah.
You need to read that from your own handwriting.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. So if there's a tougher season I'm going through, or or if I'm fasting, or if I'm doing something that's a little more intense than normal, I'll start journaling every day. And then as far as spending time with the Lord, I find that really helps me. It's kind of hard for me to talk out my thoughts. I can in my car, but it's easier for me to either text it out or to write it out.
Yeah.
That's why, one of the parts of our culture here is telling people how much they care, how much you mean to them and all that. I'm just not very eloquent with my words quite yet.
Right.
So, but I can text and I can write things out. So journaling has been really helpful for me in that.
And that's one of the things, actually, I love that too. Cause it's not always the face-to-face discussions that you get. I love writing things out.
Yep.
Because I can then see it back and make sure, okay, this makes sense. Because how sometimes like you formulate something in your mind and what you're trying to say, but you can't get it. Yeah. So like having that to be able to, it's like first and second and third drafts kind of thing. Exactly. As you're writing a book. Like, So.
Exactly.
Okay. So next yes or no question. Have you ever gotten a speeding ticket?
Yes.
Follow up. How many speeding tickets have you gotten?
I think one.
Yeah.
Caitlin can verify. I think one.
Okay. How fast were you going?
So I'll give you the full story.
Yeah.
I had it was a new car to me and I was still adjusting to it. So I had a Lincoln MKZ.
Yeah.
I had one before the last one.
Okay.
It was a really smooth ride. And I mean, if it's a smooth ride, it's really hard for me to tell how fast I'm going.
Especially when you get lost in the gospel. The music.
You're not just wrong. Jamming. Come on, Kiki, sing for me.
He's like, oh yeah. Tago's jamming down the road.
That's exactly what's happening. So I'm driving up in Greenwood. Kate and I think Kate was with me, and it was one of the back roads to kind of get home. You can either take 31, which is congested, or you can take a more back road. So
and up there, there's like you had, I mean,
cops are everywhere.
You could go, 60 miles an hour on some of those back roads and not even bad.
So this was more of a residential area.
Okay, gotcha. Even better.
Yeah. So it was kind of like in a neighborhood-ish area.
Yeah.
There were subdivisions off this road.
Sure.
Basically. Gotcha. So speed limit was 30. I think I was going maybe 40, 45-ish.
That's not terrible.
Not bad, but you can't do that up in Greenwood in the area that I was at.
And they got you got a ticket.
Oh, they got me.
How much was the ticket?
It was in the hundreds, I think.
Yeah.
The other one, traffic violation, was I was on my way to church up in Waldron. We were living in Greenwood at the time, and that one was a country road.
Okay.
And I was leading worship that morning. I was doing warm-ups. So I was just, focusing on that. Kate was in the car with me, and I was just, driving, and then I just see a, police officer, had his sirens and lights going on. I was like, what is going on? So I pulled over and he said, did you realize you just ran through a stop sign? I was like, what? No, sorry. So yeah, I haven't done.
Did you get a ticket for that one?
Oh, totally. Yeah. Ticket for that one. Hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've gotten one ticket.
Okay.
I've been pulled over 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
The very first time I got pulled over was when I got the ticket.
Were you so nervous?
I was super nervous. Because I was driving through Louisville. I was driving down 65. Man. I was on my way to a golf course with my fiance and my friend in the car going to go play golf. And I was going 77 and a 55.
But where? It
was on the interstate.
Okay.
And I thought the speed limit was 70.
Yeah.
77 to 70, still kind of fast, not terrible.
Right.
I was being passed. So it wasn't like I was thinking, because I was outside of like Metro Louisville going out, right? Yeah. I think it was going southbound.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that there was a police officer there. He pulled me over and I was in a construction zone. So my ticket was for $200. And he said, but since it's your first offense, I'm not going to give you the double fine that I can give you. I was like, okay, thank you.
Nothing can
stop. So I played a $200 round of golf that day, basically. That's how I looked at it. Yeah. And then the next time that I got pulled over was coming home from the golf course.
The same day?
No. Okay. Different day. Okay. I was going in through Charlestown, and I was very unfamiliar with where I was going. I was taking somebody home.
Okay.
And I went over a hill, and I was going 40 and coming down off the hill, and I was not in my mind like going fast or anything like that. Sure. And then all of a sudden, I passed a police officer, didn't think anything of it. And then like 2 seconds later, he comes and he turns around, pulls me over, and he's like, hey, it's only 30 miles an hour through here. And I'm like, okay. I had no idea. I'm sorry. I didn't know where I was going. I'm taking him home. I didn't realize that I was not trying to, go fast. So he let me off with a warning there.
Okay.
And then the third time I got pulled over, I was driving down old Highway 60 going from Salem back home to Sellersburg, and it was late at night. I just helped another church put in a sound system. And there's it's normally like 55 through there, but then there's a portion where it drops down to like 40.
Yeah.
And it was dark, and I was on the phone with Dusty Powell. And we were talking about men's camp stuff and getting food and everything else. And I blew right through that 40, and the state trooper came and pulled me. And like I said, it was at night. I was not, I don't want to say I was nervous, but I was like, okay, hey, all my stuff is over here. I was being very conscientious of, because at the same time, people were getting in trouble and shot and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm not like, I don't want to risk anything here. He was really kind, and he let me off with a warning as well. And so I was like, all right, cool. So that was really sweet. So that's the 3 times. Yeah,
man, there's something like the rush, whenever.
Oh man, because I was on the phone with Dusty, I was like, dude, I gotta go. I'm getting pulled over.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize it. Yeah. So okay. So next yes or no question: have you ever been on TV?
No. Not that I know of.
I have.
Okay.
A couple of times, but they were like for press conferences and stuff. So nothing.
Crazy. For Habitat?
Nothing crazy.
Or
for Habitat, I've been on for with Alpha.
Yeah.
There was one other one. I can't remember. Of course, I was on like local stuff before, but that's I don't know if I consider that. TV or what? You know what I'm saying?
What considers TV?
Yes or no question. Do you like cilantro?
Yes.
No.
I mean, give me all the cilantro.
It tastes like soap.
I love chimichurri so much.
Yeah, chimichurri is good.
I have a story.
Cilantro.
Caitlin's, that corn salsa she started making last summer?
Yeah.
So which
is delicious.
Yeah, she's killed it, and people love it. And we brought it over to, I think it was like a family gathering over at your house or something like that.
Yeah.
And your dad was eating it by the spoonful, and he's like, "Man, this is so good," and it doesn't have cilantro, so that's just a bonus. I don't have the heart to tell him.
I'm not sure if he listens to the podcast or not.
But your mom is laughing right now,
right? Yeah, he might find out like in 7 weeks from now.
Right, that's awesome.
I don't care for cilantro. I can eat it, it and stuff, but it is one of those like, no, I'm good. Okay, yes or no question. Do you sing in the shower?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What kind of?
If you don't sing in the shower, you're a criminal.
What genres do you sing?
All of them.
All of them?
Literally all of the genres. I rap in the shower. I sing hip hop in the shower. I do metal in the shower. I do alternative in the shower. I do worship in the shower. I do all the different kinds of songs in the shower. Country song, any song.
Country song.
Whatever comes to my mind, I'll sing. And actually, lately, I've been bringing my phone into the shower and just sitting there and listening to music and just jamming. So, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. So, that's a good or a bad thing. Who knows?
We can ask Marley.
Yeah, she's fine. Okay, here's some more questions. This is more focused like about your job.
Okay.
In the job area. What motivates you to work hard at what you do?
If something we're doing grabs my heart, you've got me.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a whole mission, and it can be the most mundane things, we're preparing for a conference and I need you to clean toilets. That task doesn't bother me, sure. But if you have my heart in the mission, that's what motivates me.
Yeah.
Also, if I can help you out or if I can help Miriam out in a tougher season, I mean, that's part of my heart. So yeah, I'll work till the wee hours in the morning. That doesn't affect me. So
yeah. That's our that's our culture. That's how we roll too. And I think that's a pretty, we work in a church, obviously. So we want to help people. Yep. That's a big motivator for us. We want to help people, especially those who are close to it, friends and
that makes it easy.
That makes it really easy. Yeah. To be like, yeah, absolutely. That's no big deal. Yeah. I think for me, one of my biggest motivators to work hard is honoring God. And I know that sounds like a Sunday school answer, but that is a huge motivator for me, of not out of fear, but out of, I want to bring honor to your name. With what I'm doing, I want you to be glorified in this. And I'm finding more and more that whenever I'm operating from that arena, things go well.
Yes.
And so that's a big motivator for being out of, honor and obedience to God. Those are big deals for me. I'm a firstborn, and that obedience thing, man, that's always been a big deal for me. But yeah, especially with God, because if I had to choose, I would not be a pastor. That was not a life dream. That was not a life goal. That's not something that I want. I love being that. I love being here, and but it's out of obedience to the Lord. And that's the case. So what's the least favorite thing about your job? This might be a tough question to ask because I'm technically your boss.
Yeah.
So, and you're being recorded. So.
Yeah. Oh crap! I know the answer.
Oh, what is it? All right.
This is not. We've said this before. Tay's not like a pastor. That's not. I can operate in the gifting. I think as anybody really could. If there's a demand on that gift, you can walk in it. Sometimes people they're not my thing. And this job requires something of you. And I don't doubt that it's part of why I'm here in that kind of space, is for love to be, grown in that, and for Christ to be formed in me in that way.
Yeah.
Because forced compassion is still compassion. And maybe it's something that I need to put on Christ. The Bible tells us to put on Christ. So if I need to put on compassion, maybe it's not coming from within and feeling genuine.
Right.
But it is.
Right.
Because His love is genuine.
Right.
That's the source. So I would say sometimes people just get on my ever-loving nerves, but I still love them.
I think you probably have endeared yourself to so many people too by saying that. It's like, okay, I can identify with that.
Okay.
Most people can identify with that.
And then
it's
whenever someone says pastor, they think, they love people.
Yeah.
Not always.
I full disclosure, I do not like being called pastor. And not for any other, I don't know why. It just is one of those, I'm like, okay, cool.
Do you think that's part of your background in history? Is that part of why?
And it could be. It could be where that got so elevated. I just don't care for that. I don't know. My least favorite part of this job is preaching. If you told me tomorrow I could be pastor and not have to preach, I would be so happy about that.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. It's not because I like to talk. I enjoy speaking, but I don't know if I think it's the because I don't want to call it pressure, but the thought of, okay, I got to prepare for all of this. I would rather spend time with people. I would rather plan for the future. I would rather organize. I would rather build. I would rather do all those kinds of things than to have to go and teach and preach.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would rather live life with you and instruct you that way than to have to get up in front of people. I like dialogue with people.
You do. Yeah.
Versus just getting up and speaking. And so it has always been, and it is today, my least favorite part of this job.
Wow.
Yeah. So Yay.
Well, you do a great job at it.
Well, thank you.
And it is life producing.
Thanks.
So thank you.
Thank you. What is one job that you have always wanted to try?
I don't think I would actually like it.
Okay.
At all. The thought of touring kind of like interests me. Music.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of interests me a little bit, but I'm thinking
probably just depends on the level.
Probably,
you know,
and then I'm messed up because I'm going to want my people there.
Yeah.
You know, like I want them there. Yeah. So,
but oftentimes your touring mates become your people.
Yeah. I'm not interested in expanding my circle.
I'm just being honest. In case anybody was wondering, applications for Taylor Circle have been closed. Wow.
So there you go. You want a real Taylor today. That's what it is.
I love this.
Yeah. What about you?
I would love to. So I did get to tour playing music. I did enjoy that. I would love to play golf for a living. I think that would be fun.
Sure.
I mean, I think that'd be enjoyable, obviously. I also like building things. So like stuff in that realm would be fun for me too. I enjoy that. I like attention to detail stuff.
Yeah, you do.
So yeah, I was just saying in building the home right now, my favorite part has been doing the electrical box and making the runs like nice and clean and like almost OCD. Like I really love that. And it just takes some time and it does. And it's so, I like that. I like doing that too. So I don't know, that could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure there's other things that I just can't think of right now that I'm like, ooh, I would really love to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
I am smoking a pork butt right now. So
I know
maybe that's
in
my future. Yes. I don't know. Watch out, Taylor's Cajun.
Next question. Did you ever expect yourself to end up in the job that you have now?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
At all. Job wise, sure. But where I am, no.
Yeah.
And what's been funny is the Lord has reminded me a couple times of some prayers I've said even as a kid.
Wow.
And how those are being answered here.
That's cool.
I was like, okay, Jesus.
That's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yay, God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So no,
Very
not
cool.
here, but yeah, in ministry, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that I would be in ministry because of the prophetic word spoken over my life as a young kid. And I never expected it to be as soon as it was. Because in my mind, being a pastor was like, you have to be at least 50 for something like that. You know, how can you lead people and instruct people without any life experience and all that? And I ended up becoming a pastor when I was in my early 20s, you know, and that's weird for me to think. And I took over the church when I was 28, I think that's how old I was. And so
I can imagine. So I'm 27 now.
Yeah.
I'd crap my pants.
It's definitely not what I was expecting necessarily. So but totally thankful to be able to be here, and I love it. Like I wouldn't trade it. I quite enjoy it. But I did not expect that. So this next series of questions is ask your friends about you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you questions about me that you needed to answer and vice versa. Okay.
Right.
How would you describe me in 3 words?
Joyful.
Yay.
Yeah. This is a hyphenated one.
Okay.
Life-giving.
Okay. That's a good one.
Oh. This is a PG term, so like sarcastic.
Okay. I was going to say turdish.
I'll smart Aleck.
Yeah. Some of my closest friends would say, you're kind of turdish, man. Smart Aleck, yes.
Which I love.
I love I think part of our family, like, I don't want to say culture, but it is, cultural. It's like we loved being sarcastic with one another and like digs and, enjoying that, having, quick-witted and back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So, when you're pretty close to me, that's typically how I will, I'll joke with you about stuff like that. And we have a good time with it.
Yes, we do.
For certain. So, 3 words that I would use to describe you would be dark, mysterious.
It's all part of the
plan. And no, I'm just kidding. I would describe you as, okay. That's a tough question because there's ways that I want to describe you that other people would probably agree with and see. But then at the same point, I feel like, because I could describe you as like Taylor's public persona is cheerful, bubbly, and outgoing and easygoing.
Yeah.
But really, I feel like Taylor is not easygoing. I feel like he cares intensely about whatever it is, and wants it to seem as if it's easygoing for him. But he really is like super intense in that feeling. Like I think that you feel really deeply in whatever you're feeling. When you get to the point of actually allowing yourself to feel, it's a deep feeling.
It is.
Maybe intense. Intense is the word. And that can be, I mean, like for some people, like I think that's a good thing that it's intense. It's like, it's full on.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like, here's a little, it's like all of it here. So intense would be one. I think helpful would also be a really great way to describe you, because like you said, really, especially for those who you care about, whatever it is, I want to help out in whatever way that I can.
Yeah.
You want to serve and help, the people, especially the people around you that are close to you.
Yes.
You're very good at that. Making sure that needs are met. You're looking for ways to do that. I think helpful is a good word to describe you. I think you're also industrious in the sense that you rarely will do the same thing the same way multiple times. It will be like totally random with whatever you got in front of you. Like, we're going to make this work. We're going to figure it out from this direction. And if that doesn't work, we're going to do it this way. And so I think like you can take and figure out, okay, this has to be done. It might not be the best solution, but we're going to get it done.
Right.
And with whatever I've got here. And so, maybe direct, like it's direct in that way.
Yeah. Well, it saves you 80 minutes for not having to go to Home Depot.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So
thank you.
Yeah, I think those would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good descriptive words. Okay. So next question, where can you always find me?
You?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is,
where am I going to find you?
Yeah.
Where are you going to find me?
Yeah. Where can you find me?
Ready?
Yep.
In my heart. There's the sap.
There it is.
There's the sap.
There it is.
It depends on the day and what you've eaten, because sometimes it's the bathroom. Okay.
We're in the bathroom somewhere, or Coffee Crossing. One of the two. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say church. You could find me here. Like,
church,
like,
for sure.
It's a simple answer. I feel like.
Yeah.
Where could I find Taylor? He's probably at church.
Yeah.
Where can I find Taylor? Caleb. He's probably at church.
Yeah.
Like, there's three places. You're at church, Coffee Crossing, or at home.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
Like, that's the majority of it.
Yeah.
Either in a meeting
or
you're on something. Oh, I mean,
you're in your car. Honestly,
I'm in my car a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it hurts Caleb. He's in his car. He's working
somewhere.
He's driving somewhere.
He's doing something.
Yeah. Doing something. That's a pretty good one. Okay. What job, this is the final question when it comes to that kind of thing. What job do you think that I would be perfect for?
Job you would be perfect
What job
for?
would I be perfect for? Yeah. These are kind of tougher questions like this, I feel like. It's not something I put a whole lot of thought into. What job would Caleb be perfect for? If any of you would like to comment on this,
oh man,
please do.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be something. So you're good with people, so you have to have that, and then your vision is also good as far as leading an organization. And I mean, your natural eyesight sometimes sucks.
That's true.
But so it'd be some people management, also leading an organization, and then I'd probably throw in your finished carpentry, those kind of things. So maybe you could be a pro, elite, top of the top home builder.
Okay. All right.
So you can do the managing with people also, and then your finishing touches and that kind of stuff.
Yep. I think you would be a great chef. Because you are, first of all, like you're tasty. You make tasty food, and it's very good food, and you have a passion for that, so you really love it. And it allows the creative side of Taylor to come out, which is really cool, and the industrious side of Taylor. So we didn't have that. I can't tell you how many times you're like, I can make that, and if we didn't have that ingredient, we'll just put this together. We'll just do this. Da, da, da. So it's industrious in that too. Yeah. And I think you would actually make it. I don't know if that feels like a cop out, but I think that would actually it's natural fit. That would be a very natural fit for you. And on top of that, you get to make something and see if other people like it.
Yeah.
So I think
I do like that.
You do like that too. You get to build or create something, and people judge it.
Yep.
And you like that, especially when they like it. And if they don't like it, then you're like, screw you, go to a different restaurant.
I didn't ask you in the first place. I have always joked. We have kind of joked before that our backup plan, if the whole Kingdom Life thing doesn't work out, we're going to do a cover band. He'll be on drums, Danny's bass. Got Miriam and Kate and Marley. So we're set.
We're set. We're ready. We're ready to rock
see us
and
at the
roll.
River Stage.
Literally. Okay.